Good morning, children. Let me continue. Already we have seen step by step what is cell, tissue, organ, and we are coming to organ system. Organ example we have seen that eye. Now we have to see organ system, respiratory system. What's the meaning of respiration? Inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide is respiration. What is respiration? It's an important process which helps us to live. That is inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide. It is the process carried over by set of organs that is known as respiratory system. So what are the things? First we have to see nose. That is nostrils. The air enters into our nose through the nostrils. From the nostrils, nostrils, just a small cavity. Through that we breathe, we inhale. Okay, the oxygen enters into that. Within the nostrils, you can see what are the things you can see. Cilia and mucus. Cilia is the hair and mucus is the liquid which is present in our nose. So what is the use of this cilia and mucus means? Any other foreign bodies, that is anything else found in the air, it may enter into our respiratory system, it goes other parts of the thing. So just to avoid that, the cilia and the mucus is the naturally protected our mucus. It naturally prevent our respiratory system. So the cilia, air-like structures, any other foreign particles, it will be filtered by cilia and mucus. It will be sticking into the mucus, and cilia does not allow the other particles to enter through our respiratory system. So it prevents. So whatever it may be externally, it's prevented and it can be removed after that. So from the nostrils, what are the parts present in the cilia and mucus? Cilia is the air structure, I said. Mucus is the liquid which is present. Okay, from the nose, from the nostrils, the air enters into windpipe. Windpipe, otherwise known as, from the nostrils it enters into pharynx. From the pharynx, it enters into the trachea. It's otherwise known as windpipe. From the windpipe, the air goes to the chest cavity. In the chest cavity, we can see larynx. It is voice box which produces the sound. From the voice box, it enters into the bronchi. Bronchi enters into the bronchioles. The bronchioles are present in lungs. Lungs is the important organ. All the internal organs are covered by certain layer. Your lungs are protected by pleura. In between the two lungs, we can see the heart. In between the two lungs, what can be there? Heart is placed. So that's why heart is placed in the left side. Left lung is smaller than the right lung because it gives the place for the heart. So let us go to the thing in detail. So let us go to the detail respiratory system. What are the parts? Trachea, bronchus, lungs and everything. That is the exchange of oxygen through the blood circles. Nose, I said already. Windpipe, that is from the nostrils. What are the foreign particles are prevented by cilia and mucus, and the oxygen goes to pharynx. From the pharynx is nothing else. It is the air pipe like it enters. Through that it enters. From the pharynx it goes to trachea. Trachea is known as windpipe, which is elastic in nature. Elastic means what? It can easily stretch and contrast. Then it enters into the chest cavity. In chest cavity what is there? There is a small passages or otherwise known as larynx. Larynx is known as voice box. Larynx enters into bronchi. Bronchi, it enters into the bronchi, it goes to the lungs. In between the lungs, what I said, heart is placed. In between the lungs, there is a place. The place is known as what? Mediastinum. The mediastinum only, heart is present. The lungs are covered by the two layer, that is pleura. Lungs, they are the organ present in the chest cavity that allow our body to exchange gases. That is inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide. The lungs are two spongy elastic bags. That is easily they can be expands and contrast. The thoracic cavity is the vertebral column. The left lung is slightly smaller than right lung. Because what? Because heart is placed in that. Now see the structure. Alveoli, they are the tiny hair sacs which collect the oxygen. So whenever we need for the respiration, it will be supplied by that. And inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide. See the diagram there. Larynx, the starting part is known as larynx. From there, windpipe is there, that is trachea. Trachea enters into the lungs. In the lungs, we have bronchus. Bronchus are the branches, two branches. Suppose this is lungs. No, this is larynx. Larynx enters into the windpipe. Then from what I said, this side one lung is there, that side one lung. In between the lung, what is placed? Heart is placed here. It divides into branches. This is bronchus. Bronchus divides into bronchioles. Bronchioles are hair-like structures. Clear? So we have to go for inspiration or inhalation. The process of taking air into the lungs is called inspiration. That is, air enters into the lungs by passing all the parts and finally it comes to the lungs, and here it is purified and the pure oxygen is collected in the bronchioles and carbon dioxide from the lungs is expelled out. So lungs are a spongy in nature, so they can easily close and contrast and expand. While expanding, carbon dioxide is released out. Okay. During inspiration, the sternum is the part present in that pushed up and outward, and the diaphragm is pulled down. Diaphragm is the last. It is the part which separates. It's the muscle. Till that, what I said, this is respiratory system. Next to the respiratory system, what is it? Digestive system. Digestive system and respiratory system both are disconnected by a layer, that is diaphragm. Okay, that is diaphragm. So during inspiration, the sternum is pushed up and down, and the diaphragm is pulled down. Pulled down means what? It goes down, and because diaphragm is pulled down, the thoracic cavity of the place and the air enters into the cavity. Then outside the body flows into the lungs. Here exchange of gases take place between the air and the blood. Here blood is present, blood is moving out all over the body. Expiration, it is opposite exhalation. The process of expelling air from the lungs is called expiration. What are the two processes? One is inhalation. Other one is exhalation. This is because of the spongy lungs. The lungs are spongy. The intercostal muscles relax and returning to the own position. Okay. So, returning to the own position means they expel the carbon dioxide and coming to the own position. Exchange of gases in alveoli. Actually, where is this oxygen and carbon dioxide exchanges means it's in the places of alveoli. This is, I said, no, bronchus, bronchioles. Here we have seen the hair-like structures, small bag-like structures. This is what? Alveolis. Here only air is exchanged. In the thing by diffusion. Diffusion means what? Spread all over. Hemoglobin and the blood combines here with the oxygen and form oxyhemoglobin. The blood carrying oxygen reaches the heart through the blood vessel, and the heart pumps to all tissues in the body. The tissues releases carbon dioxide and carried back to alveoli by the blood. Everything is carried over by blood only. Carbon dioxide diffuses. Diffuses means what? Spreads out to the blood in the air. Okay. What are the differences between inhalation and exhalation? Inhalation, the muscles of the diaphragm contract. Exhalation, the muscles of the diaphragm relax, free. After letting out, it free. The diaphragm goes downward. The diaphragm goes upward. The ribs move upward and downward. The ribs move downward. The volume of thoracic cavity increases. The volume of thoracic cavity decreases. Thoracic means the place where the part where the chest is placed. Air enters the lungs through the nose. Air goes out the lungs through the nose. Both are in the same place only. Okay. There is a small experiment also to move it up. So while the regular classes we have to do as an activity. Then physiological process. Physiological process means all the process happen in our body is known as physiological process. First we have to see homeostasis. So there are many functions occurred in our body. We are remaining stable. The process, because of all the organs coordinate together and we are working together, this is known as what? Homeostasis. That is self-regulating process to maintain the balance of our survival. This is homeostasis. So we maintain our constant body temperature. Whatever the surrounding may be, our surrounding is always, our normal temperature is 98.4 because this is because of our blood as well as sweat glands and everything, it coordinating together and maintain our body temperature whatever the situation may be. So this process altogether is known as what? Homeostasis. Homeostasis because of the muscle. If temperature rises, it immediately sweat down and lower the temperature. When the temperature reduces, it increases by my muscular work and the temperature will come to the normal position. This is known as what? Homeostasis. The control of blood glucose level automatically is another example for homeostasis. Whenever glucose level decreases, insulin takes place in that. So the diffusion, for example, if you are using body spray, room spray, just you are taking a little, it spreads all the places and gives some scent, sweet smell, something else. This is known as what? Diffusion. Diffusion means in Tamil we have to say as paraudal. So for example, if you are pouring a water in one place, by accidentally, it will flow to all the places of the floor. This is known as what? Diffusion. Mostly gases and liquid, they diffused. Incense sticks, we are praying to the God and we are keeping incense sticks. The smell of the incense sticks can spread all over the prayer room. This is because what? Diffusion. So from all these things we know that diffusion means spreading out of the pot. Then now we have to see osmosis. What is osmosis? Osmosis, that is the liquid or whatever gases may be, from the lower concentration, it goes from the higher concentration, it comes to the lower concentration is known as osmosis. Next we have to say what is osmosis. So organ system we have seen, only one system. Though there are 11 systems in our body, we have seen only one system. Just to know what is what. Now we have to see what is osmosis. Osmosis. This is movement of the particle particles, the diffuses, I said, the movement of the particle from a region of higher concentration to lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. This is known as what? Osmosis, movement of the particle from higher region to the lower region through a semi-permeable membrane is known as osmosis. You would have studied in the lower classes some example also. This osmosis can vary into, that is the diffusion, liquid, how they diffuse. According to that, it may divide into 3 kinds of solution. The movement of the liquids in and out is dependent And there are three types of situations. What are the situation? One is isotonic. Other one is hypotonic. And the last one is hypertonic. That is diffusion of particles in three ways: isotonic, hypotonic and hypertonic. Let us see what are the differences between that. Isotonic. Here the external thing and external isotonic means iso, same. That is external and internal particles both are in the same position. They are same. They can be never raised or decreased. Such a thing is known as what? Isotonic. Hypo means less. Hyper means more. That is external solution is less concentrated. This is less concentrated. External solution is less concentrated. This is more concentrated. Osmosis, what I said? That is the movement of particle from the higher level to the higher region to lower region through the semi-permeable membrane. The solution, movement of the solution may be in the three ways: isotonic, hypotonic and hyper. Iso, that is balanced. There is no decrease or increase. Here hypotonic, it is less concentrated. The hypertonic, it is more concentrated. By using this, we can divide the organisms whether they are osmoconformers or osmoregulators. Osmoconformers means that is these organism. Further we can divide the organism into two. One is osmoconformers. Other one is osmoregulators. We'll see what is the difference between both the organism. The osmoconformers, they maintain the osmolality of the body, that is water level of the body they maintain, matching with the surrounding. That is, they maintain the water level matching with the surrounding. That is, they have the adaptation. Okay, that is known as what? As osmoconformer. Conformer, they have the adaptation. They can change their body structure according to the atmosphere. Here, osmoregulators, they are internal osmolality. They maintain their internal position, not the external. Their internal is entirely different from the external. They are using the surrounding environment and then adapting themselves. That is known as what? Osmoregulators. They are adjusting to the surrounding. Here, these animals, that is osmoregulators, they are not adjusting to the surrounding. Instead, the surrounding, they have to adjust to the surrounding, the first one. Here, they are not adjusting to the surrounding. They are maintaining their body temperature according to the situation. This is known as what? Osmoregulator. Next, we have to see respiration. So, let me continue. One more pages, that is respiration. We have to say what are the type of respiration, what is metabolism, everything. Let me continue in other class, children. Any doubts we can clarify afterwards. Thank you.